Hey, this is Matt once again. What do I tell the videos of the paid request this time for Joseph? Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the Equalizer 3 from 2023. And listen, first off, thank you for the request. For anyone that wants to request anything, PayPal is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are down either on that side or that side, wherever YouTube puts it now. It's there or there, or up there or up there or wherever. Up my ass, like this movie can be. The Equalizer 1 and 2 I'm not gung-ho about. I'm not. I love Denzel Washington, but I love Virtuosity. I don't mind the Pelican Brief, Glory. I did not even mind the Magnificent Seven movie he was in. I didn't mind that one. Man on Fire, Deja Vu, Take Your Pill 1, 2, 3. The films he did with Tony Scott, Crimson Tide. But I'm never been big on these Equalizer films. With that said, this is easily the worst one I saw. I know people praise the film. I don't get it. Teach their own. And I like Denzel. Don't get me, I do. This was, you know what? Part of me was like, I'm going to put a thumb up my ass and tickle the taint to wake me up like some Folgers in my cup so I don't fall asleep watching this train wreck. This movie was boring. It was boring as hell. Boring as the sin of sloth. Because there's barely any action in the film. If there's more than 5 minutes of action, maybe 7. I don't know if 7. Like, I guess if you talk about the stalking scene at the end, maybe you'd go up to 7 or 8, maybe. But there's barely any action. Most of it is Denzel walking around vistas of this coastal Italian town. Talks to the locals, goes to the vista, goes to the fish market, talks to the locals, meets a lady, meets this, plays with himself, plays in the mirror, jerks himself off, sits on a fish, kisses a fish, eats some fish between a woman's legs. All this stuff, and half of that stuff didn't happen, and I wish it did happen because it'd be more exciting than what I saw. Especially the eating fish. Both versions. The beginning of the film, he's in Sicily, and the beginning of the film I didn't mind. I'm like, okay. Some bad guys come in, including this gangster. They see the aftermath of this death and destruction. They see dead bodies around. Someone got like a cleaver to the face, knives, people been shot. They go down, there's Denzel in the chair, they have guns on him, they're talking Italian to him. Denzel says 9 seconds to decide your fate. And they have a wide shot where he's able to get the guy, shoot this guy. He puts the gun in the guy's eyeball, turns him, shoots through the guy's head. Then get like a butt shot, shotgun, shoots the guy. I'm like, okay. Hell of a way to open it. Open a movie. He walks outside. He gets wounded by the grandson, like this little kid. He's wounded. And then immediately, he puts the gun to his head, but it's empty. And I'm like, well, it's been a while since I've seen the Equalizer films. Is this the type of character that would do that just like that? I'm wounded immediately, I'm going to try to shoot myself? I thought, okay, wait, hold it. Like, being a bit, jumping the gun. Literally, aren't you? And then he got in a vehicle, got to, I guess, what was it, ferry, gets to another car, passes out, someone finds him, heals him up. But I'm like, Why did he immediately want to shoot himself? Also, if you want to shoot yourself that badly, that place has about 5 guns you could pick up. Because the guys you shot had guns as well. So if he was that gun-ho to shoot himself, why didn't you just go back, get a gun, and do it then? If he was that gun-ho, that's the thing. If he was that gun-ho to shoot himself, why didn't he go back in where there was like 5, 7 guns, pick up a gun and go boop? Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he do that? See, even some cats, if you heard that, they got pissed too. They heard that, they went, what? I don't know if you heard that, but the cat was like, the cat said, what the hell? It's like, yeah, I thought, what the hell too? I didn't understand that either. What the fuck? WTF? What the fuck? Obviously, it wasn't dire enough that he was able to take the damn ferry back to somewhere. So, I mean, ferries are not, fast. You gotta get in the car, you gotta get to the ferry, you gotta get on the ferry. I don't know, he got on the ferry bleeding and no one noticed. Then he took the ferry, then he got another car, and did all this other stuff. So, again, must not have been bleeding that badly to immediately want to shoot yourself. So that was my first, false... That was my... I wish it was a false alarm, because okay, it's wanty, but Sally, that was my first warning to this film. Because the rest of it is him being fixed up, making friends with the locals, this coastal Italian village, calls the CIA, this Dakota Fanning, which, yes, I get it, they worked together on Man on Fire. This isn't Man on Fire. It's nowhere close to being as good as Man on Fire. And I'm sorry, Dakota Fanning was a good actress when she was a kid. She's not believable as a CIA agent. If she's a CIA agent, I'm a damn astronaut. And I gotta get this review done because my spaceship's ready to fly. I'm gonna go to the moon. Sandra Bullock's moon and put my face in it. Because, I'm sorry, I don't buy her as a CIA agent. She was not believable. She was miscast. If you want her in the film, don't have her be a CIA agent. Have her be any other type of character. Not a CIA agent. I don't buy it. And he calls her about these vineyards, having a drug trade. He has a nightmare. So we see a POV of the action scene we didn't see of him killing the people. So that was a bit interesting. So again, he's going to the fish market, he's going over here, he's talking to people, the Italian mafia are picking on people, and these are some of the blandest villains you will see in a long time. And that's the thing, the supporting characters that Denzel meets, the villains, they could all be from a Steven Seagal direct-to-video movie. That's how forgettable and bland these folks are. It's true. Well, okay, it's my opinion, to be fair. Subjective. But that's how I feel. Now, it might be... cinematography may be better than a direct-to-video movie, but the type of villains and the type of supporting characters, they could be in a direct-to-video Steven Seagal film. They're bland, they're uninteresting, they're forgettable, you're not going to remember a damn thing about them. And it takes too long for it to get going. The little opening was nice, but then the next time you see over an hour into the movie, an hour and 2 minutes, just between that, one of the guy's store gets burned down, and the fish market, and they're mad about it. These people will pick on other people. One guy calls the cops. They beat him up and threaten him in front of his family. So an hour and 2 minutes in, we finally get something else happening with Denzel in a restaurant grabbing the guy's arm, saying, "Hey, this is pain here. If I get to this other pain, you're going to take a dump in your drawers. We don't want that." Tells him to leave, gets the guy to leave. Then a few minutes, go by, they're pissed. They get an action scene that's 50 seconds long. A car hits someone, a van hits someone. Denzel hits someone with a bottle. And takes the knife and makes the guy stab himself with the knife. It's pretty much it. talks with Dakota Fanning and her bosses. They look around and they accomplish nothing. Like Dakota Fanning and them, they don't accomplish jack squat. It's only there for Dakota and Denzel to have a scene together. And you remember Man on Fire? Yeah, I remember. It was a better movie than this. Why don't you just watch that movie instead? Again, than this. Denzel calls her. Her car blows up. She's in the hospital for the rest of the movie. The bad guys try. They go to the village. They say, hey, Denzel, come on, we'll kill this guy. Denzel gives himself up. Everybody gets out their phones. And that's how you stop the bad guys, folks. You get your phones. I know it's a bit dirty. You get your phones. And you record like this. You record your phones. Does that, yeah, I mean, record your phones. I'm like, that's how you stop it? I didn't know it was that easy. That means every film now, hey, if you want to stop the bad guys from killing people, put your phones up. Everybody, put your phones up. Grind, why didn't they like, oh, okay. You want to film me, huh? You want to make me a star? You want to make me a star? Let's have a movie. Okay, here's a movie. This girl dies. The end. Okay, this little girl don't die. Okay, you love snuff movies? You know what? You're right, T-film. Let's make a snuff movie. Hey, let's make another snuff movie. Let's make another snuff movie. How many snuff movies can we make until we get the end of the Tootsie Pop? I don't know. Let's come find out. Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo. Okay, you don't film me? Oh, film me shooting this guy in the knee? You film this guy shooting me in the knee again? Okay, give me your phones. Okay, give me your phones. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Or hell, if they don't go back and get revenge on these people, then, why don't you just kill them all now? You got the guys, you got the guns. But whatever. All you have to do is, I got the phone. Oh, yeah? Okay. I didn't know it was that easy. This whole time. That's all you had to do. And then your finale is he goes to the bad guy's house. He kills about 5 people. Well, probably a little bit more than that. One guy he strangles. A couple people he shoots. One, he takes like a fire poker or something. And like the one moment I liked was the guy's at the computer and the camera turns. And when it goes through like a something, you see Denzel's behind. And then stabs the guy. And it comes out the guy's neck. Kind of like a Jason Voorhees type of thing. Okay, I like that moment. Has the lead bad guy who's firing wildly, knocks him out, ties him up, gives him a lethal dose of his drug, lets the guy go. The guy's foaming at the mouth. Denzel follows him, watches him die. And then the movie's over. He has some words to Dakota Fanning because I think she's the daughter of the girl that died in the second Equalizer. The woman that died, who was Denzel's friend that, then he wanted revenge on. I think that's what it was. But this is a film that has barely any action. Nothing memorable. Other than the beginning. Other than the beginning, that 10 seconds or so. Again, if there's less than 7 minutes of action. I don't know if it was that much. I might be being too kind on that. 7 minutes. It might be less. It felt like 5 minutes. It felt like it. The story was that interesting. If it's trying to delve into him not think he's a good person, but here's all these people think he's a good person, I don't think they accomplished that very well. Because there's a thinly written part that Denzel didn't get a whole lot to act with. Having a nightmare or two is not enough. I'm sorry. It's not nearly enough. Denzel could have done this part in his sleep, and he pretty much does. And that's the thing. I love Denzel, but this is like one of his laziest performances. And if lazy's a bit too much, then the script gave him nothing to work with. I mean, I think of his career, this is easily one of his weakest roles. in any film is this movie. Virtuosity had a lot more to deal with, a lot more to act against, emotion and action, like all sorts of stuff. This was boring as hell. You never felt the stakes involved. The bad guys were never a threat. They were never intimidating. You never felt that the hero couldn't overcome these bad guys. The bad guys were a dime a dozen that could fit in any random direct-to-video movie. The supporting cast was forgettable. Dakota Fanning was miscast. You don't buy her as a CIA agent. And her really pointless. Like, you didn't need any of that at all. Didn't really accomplish much of anything. Denzel didn't have much to do character-wise. I think compared to other films he's done. Hell, compared to Man on Fire and Deja Vu and the Tony Scott films, he had a lot more to do as a character. Ups and downs of character. Emotion-wise or turmoil-wise. The music, I don't remember a damn thing about the music. The ending, it feels like, this is the ending? Okay. It's funny, it's based on a TV show. This felt like an overlong episode of a TV show. If you like the film, that's fine, but please explain with the lack of action, the lack of excitement. Denzel didn't have much to play with in terms of a character or a script. The bad guys, name anything decent about the bad guys. Name anything decent about the supporting actors. Please, someone tell me what... it's good, bloody fun. Where is the fun in this? There's a couple bits of blood, yes. The gun in the eye was cool. That was in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Especially when you got like Nobody and the 3 John Wick films and Violent Night and all these other films to pick and choose. Even, I have issues with it, but Boy Teal's World, some of these other films. As much as I had problems with Monkey Man, I'd rather watch Monkey Man than this film again. And I wasn't a diehard fan of that movie. Just, I'm like, it's okay, but I'm not a fan of it. I know I go back and forth, but sometimes it's like, it's okay as in, it's not the worst film ever, and I don't hate the film, it's not anger, but at the same time, am I really that much of a fan? Because I never see it again, but, like, I'm trying to, that's what I mean by that, it's like, it's okay, but I'm not a fan. I would rather watch that than this movie ever again. I see nothing rewatchable in this. It's the worst Equalizer film. It's a snooze fest. It's boring as hell. I almost want to apologize to the first Equalizer film. I'm not big on that, but the stuff in the store... Granted, I felt the scene went on too long, but at least with the environment, it felt a bit more memorable compared to this. But yeah, I'm just not a dire fan of this franchise. I mean... And I thought this was the worst one. And Denzel looks tired. He just looks tired in this movie. I know Grant Chavez, he's been wounded and he's healing up and he's got a cane. But even the rest, he looks tired. Like, did you really want to do this film? Or was it because you got like I think it was a $20 million paycheck? It felt more like a paycheck movie than I really want to do this kind of movie. And it shows. But people liked it, to each their own. I thought it was boring. I'd rather watch golf than watch this movie again. Or fly, fart, trying to play golf. Whereas that'd be an interesting highlight. A little fly with a little golf club, trying to putt it. You're farting away, come back. With a little teeny... Can you imagine it's like a fly, but it's like Happy Gilmore? So he keeps cussing, but you just hear it. Bzz, 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 bzz. I know I'm not making sense, but it's still more entertaining to me to hear myself not make sense than watch this boring-ass movie again. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye for now.